I really don't know if you guys are beginning to see, or you guys are watching how Enugu State is beginning to transform right under our very nose. Within the first 2 years of this administration, there has been an unprecedented shift from what Enugu used to be. Enugu used to be that dull, old, rickety place for civil servants where people just come and, see their mothers, their fathers, their great grandfathers, their great grandmothers. A place where people, okay, we could also say people come drop their family and then maybe go out to make monies and come back weekends and all of those things. And have you noticed that it's gradually beginning to change? It is now a place where people go for conferences, for international conferences. It's now a place where people go for several institutional meetings and national and international meetings. It is now a place where all kinds of events are holding that would transform the landscape and the trajectory and the economic benefits of this particular state. Yeah, so it is important that to actually state this. For those who don't know how great it is for people to be flocking in every other month or every other week just to come and do their conferences in the States, it creates a very, very fantastic opportunity for people to now know where Enugu is located, now know and see the potential of Enugu, and in fact, want to come into Enugu State to live, to work, and even to do greater things. The only disadvantage to those people coming in would be that, oh well, things will become a little bit expensive in terms of rents, because there'll be more people looking for houses to live, more people looking for properties to buy, more people looking for places to engage with, But again, it's a good thing because it expands the city. There are more people who are coming. There are more business opportunity. Hotels are fully booked every other week, and people are having jobs. I know these companies, these hotels, or the food vendors are selling out their food. I mean, when they're coming inside the state, they have to eat. They have to do a whole lot of things, in order to make you, safe and be okay here. So a large conference center can also attract international, recognition. Can attract national and international events, leading to increased tourism and revenue for the city. I do not know if you have noticed that some of these East African countries, like the likes of Kenya, the likes of Ethiopia, even South Africa, apart from their other things that give them the monies, the conferences. Those international conferences are actually huge for them because when you have that, you have foreign direct investment. You also have people keying into the initiative of government and the people of that particular place. And there's also an exchange of culture, an exchange of culture and tourism between the people who are coming and the people that host them. The food, just name it, the food, the culture exchange, the interaction that can go as far as even building a lasting, interaction between people and its own places. So, by and large, it is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the International Conference Centre may have gulped a lot of money, but trust me, with the gulping of monies and the attraction of people into the state, it just builds nothing short of a robust economic landscape that can help the state grow, not just grow in terms of development for growth, in terms of job creation, but it also helps the state grow exponentially in totally every single thing. And these conferences have been back to back. I mean, only this past weekend we saw two major conferences that almost clashed. I was thinking that the two conferences, because they are going to be happening in the same place. That's the Nigerian Institute of Surveyors, and of course the Nigerian Guild of Editors. They were going to be having their event at the International Conference Centre. So I was wondering, why they're going to be using where they're going to be using the conferences. So I also found out that beyond the fact that the conference actually has two major halls, it could actually contain everybody. I mean, and if you want to have like 3 or 4 conferences at the same time at the conference center, you can actually do that. So you have like the Nigerian Institute of Surveyors coming to town. There were humongous amount of persons who came in from outside the country. I mean, outside the state into the state, and of course we have the Nigerian Institute of the Nigerian Guild of Editors. There's the NGE, and it was a beehive of activity. A lot of people came into town, and it was just so mind blowing. No wonder somebody was saying that the entire hotels in Enugu were fully booked because of the movement of people. There are more people who have flocked in, and then there are people who also want to look out for opportunities within the state, or even go to go for clubbing. Now, I also noted that there was somebody who picked me to do one particular from one location to another. And he was just telling me about how, business has increased in terms of transportation, unlike what it used to be. Like, he's a Bolt driver, and he told me that what he makes between 5 p.m. and 11, 12 a.m. when he finishes, that he does just evening driving. What he makes is, if it's a bad day, we're not talking about anything less than 50K. A bad day. I mean, you can imagine that. And the increase in movement is not just because of Enugu people. There are people who have been coming in. There have been several conferences. There have been several meetings that Enugu has been built for. In fact, between now and the end of the year, you'll be stunned at the kinds of meetings. I already know that there are tons of events happening already. We have the Chimamanda story. Chimamanda that is coming into town. We know about the her show that's going to be happening at the Center for Memories. Remember, and it's all about culture. She's also promoting her book. She's doing a world tour for her book. So she's going to be coming this first week of July. This is just after the NIS and then the NGE just finished their conferences in Enugu. And there is also this international events that Nigeria is always having every year that will be hosted in this state. Next year, the National Sports Festival is coming into Enugu. I mean, there are several things that are happening in Enugu. All you need to do is just to key into it. I'll just leave you to listen and watch some of what the guys who came into town were speaking about, especially as it concerns Enugu State. I'll just, allow you to watch them and let them speak about what the experiences are, or what it has been so far in coming into Enugu State. So, whether the governor is doing well or not is not even part of the discussion, because, I mean, the man just knew what he wanted to do, and he's doing it. Quite frankly, he's doing it. And Enugu is just positioning itself to be like Kigali, where every conference goes to. Every conference, most of the international conferences go to, and they make an economy out of conference. There are people who just do conferences, and what they do is some of these ushers, they don't pay them anything less than at least 50K per conference. So if you do 50K per conference, and you are doing one per week, that is 200K per month. More than the minimum wage. So what are we talking about? So there's a whole lot around it, and people are building their economy around conferences. Imagine, the food, those who are doing food, those who are doing usherate, those who are doing transport. I mean, imagine the expanded fund, the expanded economy that this is already building for our state, Enugu. Come on. This is huge. This is huge. This is unprecedented. And I just hope that it will continue. It will continue. We won't have to stop this whole thing. So I'll just, enable you to listen to what they have got to say about Enugu State, and then probably we'll take it off from there. You can also drop a comment about what you think about Enugu and conferences. Do you think it's a welcome development? Do you feel that Enugu is being, mapped out for something huge, in the days and in the weeks ahead? All right, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Like I said, when there is always a positive side, there's always a downside. The downside will be that we are screaming that we don't have enough houses to go around for people, and then we are having people coming into town. So if you have these people coming to town, we don't have more houses, we're going to get into trouble. Huge trouble. Huge trouble, and rent is just going to shoot up. People are already complaining about the house rent in Enugu, and then you have these kinds of things happening. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be exponential. It's going to blow up the state, and I just hope that we move the state completely from what it used to be. What's that thing they call it? The civil service state, to becoming the one and only economic hub of the Southeast. I can't wait.
So we came to Enugu for the AGM of the whole Federation of Surveyors, and this is my first time coming to Enugu. And on the road from Osun State down to Enugu, there is no problem. Everything was peaceful. The news and the story we are hearing about the Enugu State, and in fact, it's not like that at all, and there is no disturbance at all. So Enugu is very, very peaceful. Talking about the township is very, very conducive, and everywhere is okay and neat. I even if I want to stay in a town like this, so I prefer this because everything is okay.
Are the delegates of Nigerian Association of Surveyors, particularly from Oyo State. Before we came here, we have a fear that the road is not good. But as we are here, we don't see any problem in the capital. It's fine. In particularly the International Conference Centre, it's even more than other states that have went before. It's even better than the one in Ekiti. It's even better than the one at that of Edo. So it's very, very super. Very, very super. Conference, Nigeria Institute of Surveyors. So far, so good. I see a lot of Jamaica developments in terms of infrastructure and hospitalities. I'm highly impressed compared to what I see about 3 years ago, when the last time when I visited the States. But yesterday, the narrative will change. Because what we hear from home is that every Monday they observe a sit at home. But yesterday, Monday, I was moving around within the city without any insurance and without any challenges. Every place was open. People are doing their daily transaction, daily business is ongoing.
It's Surveyor Ajibade from Osun State. We come here for annual general meeting of surveyors throughout Nigeria. Enugu is very fantastic. The environment, if you talk of the environment is conducive. The people that are there, they are friendly. The terrain is very nice. I love the place.
I reside in Lagos. To my surprise, based on what we've been hearing, the news we've been hearing so far regarding the state. So getting here, I've actually proven some of the information wrong. It's nice coming here, seeing the development around is kind of encouraging. Of the truth, I was even discussing with my friend that we are still coming back again.
Coming to Enugu on Saturday for the purpose of the AGM, I discovered something. The city is good, everywhere is calm, the development is good. Most especially, the land bank system is working, the roads, network are okay. The venue particularly is a wow. The governor, I want to commend that he actually tried.
Came in the midnight. We were able to walk around in the midnight to our place of lodgement. to where we are lodging right now. So being able to move around at night, it means you are in the safe area.
The experience we had before now is that on Monday no movement, but the movement everywhere. The town was busy. About 9:10 yesterday PM, I was able to drive home to my hotel. I discovered that everywhere is free. No security challenge. Everywhere is as normal as every other day.